All right, standard. So we got the definition. The definition at the very top, it says that which is established by you. So you're going to put your name in that one as a rule or measure by which I must adjust to. All right. So in order for me to be healthy, in order for me to have standards, like you should have standards in life. And these standards help you, and they are rules that you have in your life. Like if you're a husband or you're a mom, you should have a standard. Like, I'm gonna be a good dad. Like, you should have. Oh well, I'm gonna just kind of guess this dad thing the whole way. No, I have standards about being a dad. I don't. I want to be a good dad. I want to be a good mom. So it's the same thing in health. So y'all going to be able to make the easy transition because y'all already got standards. Like, it's a standard. I'm gonna read my Bible. Like, no matter what y'all already got standards in your life. So these standards are a must in your life unconsciously. Now we're going to bring our nutrition to a standard, and this is going to be consciously doing it, right? Because we're trying to create you all into mindful people. So it's as a rule or measure by which I must, remember that word, we're using must a lot now, adjust to. All right. So this is something in my life. So if my bar of being healthy is up here, the rest of my life must adjust to that bar, meaning, man, I'm gonna start adjusting my schedule. I'm gonna start making new time because I want to live up to that standard of myself. This is the new me now. Before, I don't know, my standards was low. I let anything in my mouth. I didn't care about the gym. I didn't care about working out or anything or whatever. Now my standards are a little higher. I'm going to start adjusting my life to my standards. That doesn't mean you have to neglect certain priorities that you have, like work and family time or nothing like that. It's just, no, if I sit back and think about my day and my time, I can do this because I got new standards. I used to work at a factory or whatever the case, and the factory was killing me, man. 12, 14 hours. It was killing me. I was saying, man, forget that. I set standards. And that was when I lost the most of my weight because I said, nah, man, forget that. I don't care how tired I am. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to work out. I established my 4 days, and those were my 4 days, and I wasn't going to break them no matter what. I wasn't going to let them 12, 14 hours days at my job kill me because I said, nah, my health is a little bit more important than this job. I mean, I'm going to work my job. I'm not going to neglect that, but I'm not going to neglect the gym because that's just as important to me because I need this health. So why having standards is a must. Number one, it establishes your identity. So that first blank is identity. Your new standards is about to establish who you are. All right. An ID or an identity is like you have a driver license. Like, you look at that picture, you ain't gonna say, "Oh man, that ain't me." Like, that's you on that picture. So this is my new standards right now. That is me. It establishes my identity. I'm walking around as this person, as a new, healthy, fit person with great nutritional habits now. So having standards establishes your identity. Number two, you can use it to make judgment calls. All right. So now your new judge, just like us as Christian believers, are what we make judgment calls off is based off of the scriptures. Now that's our standard. That is what we make our judgment calls off of. So you as a person is like, I make my judgment calls all based of my standards. So now everybody around me eating like crap. Okay, but the judgment calls that I'm making is by I'm not eating that crap because I have new standards. They can do that. They don't have those standards, but you do. And this is going to be freedom, not restriction. This is going to be freeing you from, oh man, everybody else eating it, so I have to. No, you don't. You have a new standard now, and it works if you set it up and you stick by it. Number three, it raises the quality of your life. Number three is raises the quality of your life. Having standards, man, you find yourself doing more active, believing in yourself more, having more confidence. Like, you're not living that unhealthy lifestyle that's basically had one foot in the grave and the other foot out, one foot in the hospital bed and the other foot out. No, your quality of life will increase once you raise your standards. Number four, it helps you reach goals quicker. So those blanks are goals quicker. It helps you reach goals quicker and allows you to live in those goals. So that third blank is live in those goals. So it's nothing worse than reaching a goal, but not being able to sustain it. So that's why this style of eating, it's not a drastic cut of calories. It's not intermittent fasting. It's not doing something crazy that, yeah, I can sustain it for maybe a year or two, but can I sustain this way of eating for life? So not only does setting standard allow you to reach your goals quicker, because why? If I consistently do something right, I'm going to reap the rewards at a quicker pace than a person who is a person who is not consistent, but they're still trying to reach the same goal. So if I work out 1 time a week or 2 times a week, or if I eat right 1 or 2 times a week, that's not nothing to do with consistency right there. Because I'm not consistent, it's going to be harder and take longer for me to reach those goals. And I'm not going to be hey Ray, can you send Cassandra the Zoom link? She don't know how to get on there. All right. So it allows you to live in those goals. Okay. Number 5, does not settle for compromises. Number 5 is compromises. So why having standards is a must? Because your standards will not allow you to settle for compromises. Okay. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna pick the better of the two evils. Like, no, that's you. When you set standards as being a good husband, you're not going to compromise and talk to this other female. Like that's compromise. Like, we're not going to do that. So since we're not going to do that when it comes to that, we're also not going to do that when it comes to our nutrition. We're not going to compromise because everybody else is doing it. That don't mean we have to lower our standards, because to compromise meaning you have to lower your standards. You have to stop doing what you know is right. All right. Next part. How do I establish a standard? Number 1. Okay, so you're like, well, how do I establish these standards? Where do I get them from? Number 1, associate not reaching your goal with too much pain. So whatever your goal is, to lose weight, is to, man, the next 20 years, I want to walk my son down the aisle when he get married. So I got to start associating, man, if I don't stick to my standards and I keep eating this stuff, or if I keep living this lifestyle, hey, man, I may not be around 20 years. So look, or I may not be able to get down on the ground with my kids, or I may not be able to just do anything because I'm gonna be too unhealthy. I have no energy or anything like that. So that's too painful for me. Because that's too painful for me, that's my new standards of living a healthy lifestyle. Because my son is starting to move. I want to see him active. My wife, I want to be able to enjoy all of our days that we have together in fun. I can get up. I'm not lazy or anything like that. Okay, so start associating not reaching your goals with too much pain. That's when you can start setting a good standard. Number 2, know exactly. Hold on, somebody else coming on. All right. So number 2, know exactly what you must achieve. So when it comes to setting a standard, if I don't know what I want to achieve, how am I going to set a standard? Meaning, like, if I don't know I want to be a good husband, if I just say marriage, whatever, then I don't got no standard. So if I know I want to be a good husband, there are certain things a good husband must do. Number 1, I got to communicate with my wife. I can't get mad at her all the time. Like, so I start setting those standards in my life, and I start to create that habit of being a good husband and doing what needs to be done. So, and when it comes to your health, you got to know what you must achieve. So have something that you want to achieve, and let's go after it. And then when you're trying to achieve that thing, if something causes you to compromise or make a poor judgment call, then I'm not going to do that thing because I got standards. Number 3, your shoulds and wants have to become must. Your shoulds and wants have to become must. It can't be, I should eat healthy, I should go to the gym, I should not do this, or I want to do this, or I want to do that. Everything has to become a must. A must is a necessity. A must is like, there is no other option. A must is like, no, this has to happen now. I must pay my bills on time. I must be a good husband. I must be a good wife. I must be a healthy individual. I must go to, not I should. Get the shoulds out of our minds, and let's start making things must. And the last one, number 4, I have to adopt the mindset of, this must happen now, and there's no question about it. So if we're still double-minded, right? So the scriptures tell us a double-minded person is unstable in all their ways. That just means they're crazy, inconsistent, they're hypocrites, they lack integrity, they're to and fro. All right, they're getting blown about by anything that's happened, anything that's their day dictates whether or not they're going to be healthy. Oh, I didn't argue with my wife today, so I'm gonna be healthy. But if I get into it with somebody at work, I'm gonna get stressful. I'm not gonna be healthy. No, I mean that's not a mindset. You must have the mindset that, look, I must be healthy, and there's gonna be no question about it, no matter how my day go. My day is so prepared to be healthy with the food in there, with the access to the gym, with the me perfecting my time management skill. I'm so set up to be healthy. I can do nothing but be healthy. You know what I'm saying? So, but it all comes first adopting the mindset, then your environment will start to change. So we're done with that. The last one is a discussion. What is your standard and why is it important to you? All right. So that was the teaching on standards. So standards are something that we must establish, and they have to come from us, from within. It can't be somebody else forced this upon you. It has to be something called intrinsic. So intrinsic motivation is motivation that comes from me within. No one else put this on me, no one else forced me, because we don't do good when people force stuff on us. We have to set our own standard, we have to set our own bar, because we got goals.